Hello, friends. Are you ready for an amazing story? Today, I want to tell you about a big, strong lion and a very small mouse. This story will show you that even small friends can do big things. It was a very hot day in Africa. The sun was bright and warm. Yellow grass moved in the wind. Big trees gave shade to the animals. In this beautiful place lived a lion named Leo. Leo was the biggest, strongest lion in all the land. His hair was long and golden like the sun. When Leo walked, all the other animals said, "There goes the king." Every day when the sun was very hot, Leo liked to sleep under his favorite tree. This tree was very old and very big. It had thick branches that made cool shade. Leo would lie down on the soft ground and take a long nap. "Ah," Leo would say, "this is a perfect place to rest." Not far away, in a small hole in the ground, lived a family of mice. The smallest mouse was named Pip. Pip had gray fur, tiny black eyes, and a long, thin tail. But Pip had something else too. He was very, very curious. Pip's mother always worried about him. "Pip," she would say, "you must be careful. There are dangerous animals outside. There are big birds that eat mice. There are snakes that are very hungry. And worst of all, there is a lion who lives near here." But Pip wanted to see the world. "Don't worry, Mom," he said. "I'm small, but I am fast. I can take care of myself." His mother shook her head. "Promise me you will stay close to home." "I promise," said Pip, but in his heart he wanted to explore. On this hot day, while Leo was sleeping peacefully under his tree, Pip decided to go on an adventure. He ran through the tall grass. He was so happy and excited. "What a beautiful day," said Pip. "I want to see everything." Pip saw pretty flowers. He saw colorful birds. He saw butterflies dancing in the air. He ran farther and farther from home. Then Pip saw something amazing. Under the big tree was the most beautiful animal he had ever seen. It was golden like the sun. It was big and strong. It was sleeping very quietly. "Wow," whispered Pip. "Is that the lion Mom told me about? He is so beautiful. I want to see him up close." Pip knew he should go home, but he was too curious. Step by step, he moved closer to the sleeping lion. Soon he was very, very close. "His paws are so big," thought Pip. "His hair looks so soft." Then Pip had a crazy idea. "I want to climb on his back. I want to see how the world looks from up there." Very carefully, Pip began to climb. He used the lion's thick hair like little ropes. Up, up, up he climbed. Soon he was on top of Leo's head. "This is amazing," thought Pip. "I can see everything from here." But then, oh no! Pip's little foot slipped. Down, down, down he fell. Bump! He landed right on Leo's nose. Leo's eyes opened fast. "What was that?" he said. He looked down and saw a tiny gray mouse sitting on his nose. Smack! Leo's big paw came down fast. Now Pip was trapped under the lion's huge paw. "Well, well, well," said Leo in his deep, strong voice. "What do we have here? A little mouse who woke me up from my nice sleep." Pip was so scared. He was shaking like a leaf. Leo's paw was so big and heavy. Leo's voice was so deep and loud. "Please, Mr. Lion," said Pip in his tiny voice. "I am so sorry. I didn't want to wake you up. I just wanted to see how beautiful you are." Leo looked down at the little mouse. Pip was so small that Leo could hardly feel him under his paw. "Do you know what I could do to you?" asked Leo. "I could hurt you very easily. You are just a tiny little thing." "Yes, sir," said Pip. Tiny tears came from his eyes. "I know I am very small. You are the king of all animals. But please, if you let me go, I will never forget. How kind you are. Maybe someday I can help you too. Leo smiled. Run home now, little mouse. Be more careful next time. Pip ran away as fast as his little legs could carry him. His heart was still beating very fast, but he was safe. Many days passed. Pip told his family about meeting the great lion, but they could hardly believe such an amazing story. Leo went back to his normal life of being the king. But one morning, something terrible happened. Leo was looking for food early in the morning. He was following some animals near a waterhole. But Leo didn't see the trap that bad men had put there. Whoosh! A big net fell from the trees. Leo was caught. The net was made of thick ropes. The more Leo tried to get out, the tighter it became. "Roar!" Leo cried. "Roar, roar!" But nobody came to help him. Leo used all his strength, but the ropes were too strong. Hours passed. The sun got hotter and hotter. Leo became very tired and very sad. "This is terrible," thought Leo. "I am the king of animals, but I cannot save myself. Will I die here in this trap?" Far away, Pip was looking for food for his family. Suddenly, he heard a sound. It was a roar, but not a happy roar. It was a sad, scared roar. "That sounds like Leo," said Pip, "the lion who saved my life." Pip ran as fast as he could toward the sound. When he got to the waterhole, he saw Leo trapped in the net. "Mr. Leo," called Pip, "I'm here." Leo opened his tired eyes. "Little mouse, is that really you?" "Yes, it's me, Pip, remember? You let me go free, and I promise to help you someday. Today is that day." Leo's voice was weak. "But how can you help me, little friend? These ropes are very thick and strong. Even my sharp claws cannot cut them." Pip smiled. "Mr. Leo, you have big claws and strong muscles, but I have something else, very sharp teeth. And I am small enough to go everywhere on this net." Right away, Pip began to work. He climbed onto the net. Then he started to bite the ropes with his small, sharp teeth. Bite, bite, bite. One rope at a time. It was very hard work. Pip's mouth got tired. His teeth hurt, but he never stopped working. "Why are you working so hard for me?" asked Leo. "Because you were kind to me," said Pip, still biting the ropes. "When you could have hurt me, you let me go. Now I want to be kind to you." All day long, Pip worked. Bite, bite, bite. The sun was very hot, but Pip kept working. He was tired, but he didn't give up. "Almost finished," said Pip. Finally, as the sun was going down, Pip bit through the last rope. The net fell away. Leo was free. He stood up slowly and stretched his tired body. "Little mouse," said Leo, "you saved my life. I thought your promise was impossible, but you showed me that small friends can do very big things." Pip was so happy and proud. "I told you I would find a way to help you." From that day on, Leo and Pip became the very best of friends. The big, strong lion and the tiny, brave mouse were always together. Leo learned that being big and strong is not the only way to be important. Pip learned that keeping promises is very important, even when it seems impossible. All the animals in the land heard about their friendship. They told the story to their children and their children's children. "Remember," they would say, "no act of kindness is ever too small. Big or small, we can all help each other." And the best friendships can happen between the most different friends, when we have kind hearts. And Leo and Pip lived happily ever after, proving that friendship is the most powerful thing of all. What we learn: always be kind to others, no matter how small they are. Keep your promises. Even small people can do big things. The best friends help each other. Being different doesn't stop true friendship.